Welcome to Fitnosophy, build your body, realize yourself. I'm your host, Gaia Domenici. I have a PhD in philosophy, I'm a certified nutrition and health coach, and a personal trainer in the making. This is my podcast, where we'll be discussing how body, mind and spirit are all connected and how their balance defines our health. If you're passionate about training, nutrition and overall optimal performance, then you're in the right place. Hi Francesco, how are you?
Hi Guy, I'm fine and I'm honored to be here. Such a pleasure to be your guest.
Thanks a lot for coming on the show. Guys, I'm with Francesco Gaminara, or is that how you pronounce it? He was a former Italian champion. He's a bodybuilder and still personal trainer, and he won the Northern and then the overall Italian championship in 2017, so 3 years ago, and now he's ready to do his comeback next year if everything goes as planned. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? So basically your story and what brought you to bodybuilding and to become the person you are now.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to say hi to everybody. And basically, I started training when I was 18 because I was a very fat guy. I was lazy. I played football and tennis when I was a child and in my teenage, but with no continuity. So, as I say, I was lazy, and I had some postural problems. So I decided to go to the gym, and this was basically the main reason. After 2 or 3 months, I've noticed changes in my body, my legs, my arms, and I kind of like it. And I say, well, we can go on and see what happens. So in the next years, I kept training, not in as a bodybuilder, just as a I can say fitness. It was more fitness than bodybuilding, or just to do something. I didn't have a diet or a training routine. I used to improvise, but I had good results, so I kept training, and then I had in 2007 I had an eating disorder. I was almost obese when I started to go to the gym, and then I had this eating disorder. I was almost anorexic. I was 46 kilos. And my blood was terrible. I looked like a drug addict. Oh yes, or alcohol addict. What you want? It was just terrible. And then with the help of some friends and with my power of will, I came over this, and I started training with more mind, using more my mind, eating in a better way, training better. But it wasn't enough because I was maybe 70 kilos in 2010, 70 or maybe less. Then in early 2011, I experienced a huge setback, and this was a turning point. I was able to put myself in bodybuilding because I was suffering at the moment. So I tried to do something good from deriving from something so bad. I started training really hard, and I gained a lot of lean mass in a few months. I think 5 or 6 kilos, so 10 pounds. And I can say that my journey started there. Because year after year I was constantly improving, and in as you said, in 2017 I fulfilled my dream, and I competed and I won. And well, maybe I should have done it before, but I was doing that more for myself. Not, I didn't have great expectations about about competing, but that year I said, okay, let's try, let's do this, and
And you won.
I can say this is maybe the greatest satisfaction in my life, because it's something I've done all by myself, and I'm proud of it. And but after these two competitions I won, I decided to quit because I make different choices for my life. I can say now they were wrong choices, but past is past.
I
So
don't think there's, a right or wrong choices. I think there's like a
could be too good.
there's a season for everything. So maybe it wasn't meant to be at that time. Maybe it's meant to be now. Or I think we all keep, learning lessons from our
Of course.
mistakes and setbacks, and just as well as we learn from our victories.
I can say this path is always been about setbacks, mistakes, and learning. It's like a cycle, and I don't think it's over because next year I'm planning to come back, and I hope so, because the situation we all are living is not so easy. But again, fingers crossed, and let's see what happens. For sure, I'll do my best, as I always do, basically. And as I like to say, as you know, I have some unfinished business, and and
Yeah, and
so
you need to finish. You need to get done with it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
I like your
absolutely,
attitude.
absolutely.
Um,
With positivity
yeah, and I
and
was
determination. Always, I have a tiger.
Yes, so am I. I was gonna ask you something. So thanks for this introduction. That was helpful to understand a little bit more of you. And so you mentioned that you put, a little bit more of your mind into your training, and that helped a lot. I was wondering to what extent training affected your mind too. So mind affected, or you can say impacted in a positive way, your training. And how did training, impact your mind? Because after achieving, well, and then I have another question. So, and when you overcame your eating disorders, was it before or after the shows that you won? Like, obviously you gained more weight and you looked better, otherwise you wouldn't have won. But mentally, um, were you still in a kind of eating disorder place, or were you in a more balanced
No,
mindset.
I was in a balanced
You
diet,
were
in
in
a
the back,
balanced
yeah.
yes, yes, yes,
And
yes.
so, to what extent did training help you recover from this as well? So,
Um,
did
because
mind and training affect each other basically?
yeah, well, I used to go to the gym. As I said, I had no great expectations, but when I couldn't lift maybe sometimes an heavy weight, or not even an heavy weight, but when I couldn't lift what I wanted to lift, I felt I was feeling real bad and weak because I was weak, but I was first mentally weak because I I was I can say depressed because of that, and I tried to say, okay, that's not the way, because my health was I can only say screwed up because because as I said, I my blood work was terrible, and I had to do something for myself, and training helped me a lot because I wanted to if I wanted to do something at the gym, I had to eat in a proper way, and if I didn't, then I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So
So it basically shifted the focus away from your, say, from your own problems and just moved it towards something greater to achieve, because that
yes,
performance became your main motivation, maybe.
yeah, I think that when I went to the gym, I didn't feel like I was ready to training because I didn't eat what I had to, what I should eat.
Yeah.
Uh, so and I used to hate it. I understand that was not the way because I hated to see myself so weak, and it had to start from my diet, and then training when I improved my diet, training improved a lot. So this was like a circle, you know. You go on one step, then one other step, then one other step, and then you go on top. I didn't go really on top at the
Oh,
time, but
yeah.
it
Yeah,
took me time, but
not yet. Yeah, but
eventually.
that's a very interesting perspective, because sometimes people who have certain disorders, they tend to focus on themselves and they struggle to find, other sources of motivation. Now, this is not to say that such problems don't exist or are so easy to fix. That's the opposite of what I'm saying. But I'm trying to say that in some cases, finding something else to keep us motivated might help us. And sometimes when we are depressed, it's because we don't think we have ownership of our life. We don't think we've got control over our life and over many factors of it. So we tend to play the victim, or we tend to blame it on other things, on other people, on the environment. But then it might happen that something clicks at one point, and
Exactly, that's the point. Yeah,
we take ownership of our life,
yeah,
and we decide, we understand
that's the
that
point.
we can make our own choices, and we can change
That's the point.
most of what happens
And
to us. So
it
things stop happening, and they start being made by us, so to say.
yes, and this is the same thing. It happened to me in 2011 because it's pretty similar because well, after this huge setback, I was feeling exactly the same way, weak. and gym helped me a lot. I can say it saved my life. I can say that with no problem, because I was deeply depressed, and going to the gym uh, with um, with another mindset. Okay, I have to say I was angry. Okay, sometimes being angry is okay if we can control it, if we
Yeah.
can turn it
Channel that
yes,
anger.
yeah,
Yeah.
into something positive.
Yes.
Okay, positivity from negative.
Yeah, we need to be creative and like make something good out of that
Exactly.
energy. Yeah, because I don't think anger is necessarily a bad thing. It might be, it's just powerful and we don't know how
Yeah.
to deal with it. But it's something has to be distracted before something new can be created. So distraction is not necessarily a bad thing if it makes room for something new to be created. And in the same way, feeling angry doesn't necessarily mean that's something wrong with you. Like you can get creative.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
was
Sorry, didn't mean to
yeah.
interrupt you.
No. This just was what happened to me. I mean that that you said is what happened to me, because I was able to manage this to handle this anger, this stress, and when I was at the gym, I was like in a parallel universe where everything were good, everything, and I well another thing that I wanted to say about that is that at that time I used to train in a very positive environment,
I
and
was Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. I wanted to ask you about that. Yeah, go ahead.
I think this is vital because I can feel negativity. When I enter into a negative place, I can feel it. I don't know how to explain that, but I suddenly feel weaker. But I think that when you train, in your whole life, when you live with positive people in a positive environment, it makes all the difference of the world.
Yeah.
And I experienced that a lot of time. And
Yeah,
and
can you recall like a particular situation? Could you give some examples? Mm.
yeah, talking about the gym, I can say that at the time when I was so angry and depressed and something, I used to go to the gym. Sometimes I go still now, and at the time I had friends there, and we used to talk, to joke, sometimes maybe before training or after. Never during the workout. No, never. Um, and it was good because it gave me a lot of energy, a lot of positivity, and at that time I used to watch a lot Rocky movies. So yeah, Rocky 3, Rocky 4 were my favorites, and there was a punching bag in the gym, and you can imagine. Yeah, and we used to joke a lot about this, about the I have the tiger thing. So it was fun, and it was like an escape from reality. Because when you suffer, you try everything to go away with your mind, and this was my way, and I think it was good. I mean, I didn't feel too good at the time, but I miss those times. even though I suffered a lot, I miss those times because well, maybe doing these things was so fun, or maybe just because I was just younger. I don't know. Uh,
Yeah,
and
I guess sometimes just experiencing connection
yeah,
with someone feels great. And also, once you've healed from your, suffering, you no longer suffer. So you just you can just recall the positive moments of the experience without the pain, the excruciating pain that you're unfortunately living when you're really when you are suffering, when you're in the moment. But I think when it becomes a memory, then it can be just as nice as any other memories. But
exactly.
you need to heal first. So I assume you've healed, because otherwise you wouldn't probably be missing
Of
those
course.
times.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and this leads me to my next question, because so we've talked a bit about the mind, and so the role of the mind in training, and of training in the mind. And I'm wondering, because you mentioned a couple of times without naming it, but I was wondering what role the spirit plays in all of this, because you said that when you were training, it was like a very peaceful moment for you. You were kind of in a different dimension. You called it a parallel universe.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, because it's the same for me, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to it. Like when you're super stressed out from work, when you're super stressed out from negative experiences in your life, or from just a bad day, from any kind of negativity, you just go to the gym, just lift your weights, maybe hit a PR or two, and
Yeah.
you sweat, and then you just feel good. Like you leave the room and you feel lifted. You feel like emotionally, like spiritually lifted. You feel enlightened. And when I'm there, like I'm so focused that I forget about everything else, and I only
Same.
think about feeling the muscles, and engage in them, and feeling the movement, and on the exercise that I'm doing, and on my goal, whether it be strength or hypertrophy or whatever it is. But it's like a form of meditation for me and for many others. There's popular bodybuilders such as Ben Pakulski talking about this, training as a form of meditation, as a form of yoga. So what was it like for you?
So, well, it's kind of hard to explain because I live this very, very intensely. First of all, as I said, gym is therapy. I like to say that, and I love to say that because it's true. Um, when I go to the gym, another thing I do is to visualize. Okay, so visualization.
Yeah.
It's something I often do, and it depends, of course, as you said. It depends on my goals, on hypertrophy or strength or whatever you want. If I want to hit a PR on the bench press, okay, I think of myself doing this. I think that okay, I did it. I already did it. I still have to do it, but in my mind, I already did it,
It's done. Yeah.
and I succeeded that way. And I did the same with my competitions, exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So how did you prepare, like mentally and spiritually, for those contests?
well, meditation helped me a lot because it was stressful, a lot stressful, because you know how strict the diet is on contest prep. So it was really tough, and so you don't sleep well at night.
Mm.
You're nervous. Um, you want to sometimes. Sometimes you want to punch some some face, and you have to manage the stress, the anxiety, and so meditation was really really helpful.
What kind of meditation did you
I used to take just 10 minutes a day,
Okay.
preferably in the morning.
Morning, yeah, first thing in the morning.
And I just try to empty my mind and just thinking about nothing. Just like I was alone in this world. It was a kind of isolation, I can say, a mind isolation, and I just focus on my breath, and I kind of feel relaxed a lot, but at the same time I feel a lot of energy. I felt a lot of energy after that, and I always say that everyone should do this because it's just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't change your life. 10 minutes are nothing in a day. Okay, if you take 10 minutes, if you wake up 10 minutes earlier, and you do this, you can only take a huge advantage from this.
Yeah.
And I recommend this to many people, and sometimes they think I'm crazy, but this the
That's because you live in the wrong country, I'm afraid. If you
for now.
Yeah, for now, because you're still living in the wrong country. But
Just
so are you still practicing this form of
yes,
meditation?
of course, every
And
morning.
so that's an advance. Like I mean, it can be advanced to someone because not everyone is used to focusing on nothing but the breath. Would you have any advice to give to someone who wanted
Uh,
to try to start but did not
Try
know?
to well when I started I also used to have a mantra
Yeah.
to repeat constantly repeat myself in my mind. So yes, getting your mind empty is not immediate. You need
For
some
most
practice.
people, not for, I mean, for some, for a few it's doable, but unfortunately there's like most
Yeah, and
um
for the one who can do this, they could just try to have a mantra. I can like I don't know. I am one I think is the most common. I am one. I am good. I can do this. I mean,
yeah, there are many, yeah.
you have to choose your own,
Yeah,
basically.
or you have a guru give you one if you're,
Of course,
yeah.
of
But
course.
that's even more advanced. So yeah, like for starters, like
Yes,
say,
maybe yes, a mantra from a guru would be tailor-made, perfect for you. So
yeah,
it would be the best.
but
But
that's kind of a life path that you choose, so not everyone chooses, or maybe not everyone is ready. So maybe someone just I'm thinking about like busy people trying to fit everything in their busy schedule. So maybe starting from something simple
yeah,
such as
you
I am
don't.
one, I can do this. And I think also a good piece of advice would be to focus on something we lack of. Say, I think I don't know, I think I'm insecure, so maybe I should just repeat in my mind, I'm confident, I'm confident. And then you end up becoming confident. And also I don't know if you can relate to this, but I used to have oh my god, now I'm feeling kind of ashamed, but I used to have a very weak back, and I wanted to build my back. So I couldn't even do a pull up. I think honestly, I think I learned my first pull up when I was like 29 or maybe even 30. And after like
Better later than ever.
no, yeah, exactly. But because I never, maybe because I assumed I would never do it, or maybe because I didn't know how to. Because as I started visualizing that, and as I started
Exactly.
seeing it possible,
Visualizing.
it just came. And I think I remember I was really visualizing my back contracting, my lats, like pulling me up every time I would do an assisted one. And I would really try to, to focus on my wings growing, and to really feel the muscle connection. And it worked. It worked. I improved my back significantly in like a few months.
Okay, okay,
And
and I have to say that I do the same. So shame me now, as I say. Okay, because I thought you have to say that I speak to the weights. Okay, so I speak to the weights because sometimes it may be silly, but I swear it's not, because I did it yesterday. I had to do my squats, and I have a little pain in my lower back, and but I didn't want to think about it. I just want to think about my squats. And I grabbed the barbell, and I can't say the exact word because you can imagine. But basically, I said, "You're nothing. You're nothing. I'm better than you. You go up. You try to pull me down. You go up." And I always do that. And maybe you can, if you don't, but many people think that is silly, that is useless, that is crazy, because okay, imagine you at the gym looking at somebody talking to a barbell. Okay.
yeah, that doesn't look right. Like there's
Exactly.
something odd going on. Yeah.
But from my perspective, I was trying to push myself beyond my limits, beyond my pain, which was my limit yesterday, and I went beyond that. You saw that.
Yeah.
And
And there are actually some studies supporting the benefits of self-talk in sports. And that's something else that I also do sometimes when I think like, when I feel like I'm weaker, or I can't do that, I'll just talk to myself, and, and trying to
yeah,
convince myself that I'm actually capable of
another
doing it.
I think Arnold. Uh,
True. Yeah.
I just say Arnold because you know there
Everyone
is
knows.
one and only one Arnold. Arnold is apart from bodybuilding, is a very motivational person,
Yeah.
and he said that when he used to compete and when he used to train, he used this visualization process, and that's what I say, that is important, because I did the same because of Arnold. um, I'm not saying I'm Arnold, and
It's good to be
it works.
inspired. So yeah.
Yeah, it works because in the I think the very the yes the day before my first competition, I felt terrible because I had a terrible headache, and my stomach was upside down.
Were you
And
dehydrated, or
I was
yeah?
dehydrated, of course, but I think I was too stressed, basically.
Mm.
I was tired, and I was feeling real, real bad. And I didn't even do the last refeed meal. So the morning, the very morning of the competition, um, bad thoughts came across my mind. So today you don't show up because you're not in the right condition. But again, it may look stupid. I turned on the TV because I didn't know what to do, and try to guess what was on TV. Rock. Rocky 2. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
unbelievable.
I swear, I said, that's a sign.
You
That's
know
a
when they say
sign.
like just open the Bible and it contains all the answers. That's what they say. Just turn on TV and it contains all
Exactly,
the answers
exactly.
you're looking for. Yeah.
And I remember that, okay, this is a sign. Rocky helped me a lot in 2011 when, when I was in Italy, we use an expression I literally translate under a train. I don't know if
Yeah, during your setback, basically. Yeah.
I
Uh,
was, yeah, no, I was joking. I was experiencing these bad feelings, and it helped me once. It could it could it again. It could it again. So I said, okay, let's try to eat something, and I was like a ghost. I had no energy, and then you ain't gonna believe this, but I was in the bathroom, and I was just trying to refresh myself. I looked myself in the mirror, and I started crying because I was angry because all this sacrifice, all this how can I how can I say these bad feelings I've experienced along this path to this competition. The naysayers I had to shut up. Yeah, so it can go just like this. It can finish like this. I remember I was disappointed by myself, and suddenly I was just enlightened. No, okay, I have to do this. I had this change of mind, this sudden change of mind, and now I go and I win because I deserve it. I freaking deserve it. I was fired up, from zero to hero, we can say.
yeah.
And then I went to Albenga, which was the place where
Yeah.
there was
So
the.
it's not too far from your
No,
place.
it's just 40 kilometers.
Yeah,
Is
good.
the
Mm.
is not with my friends,
Did you
and
drive? Yeah.
no, of course.
But did you?
I couldn't drive.
Mm.
I was too focused on my routine because I'm a terrible poser, and I had to think about something, and I improvised on the stage. And if you watch my routine on my Instagram page, you know you can notice that I was improvising. It was terrible.
It looked good. I don't know if it's the one I saw. It looked good to me.
Yeah, no, that was the first post down.
That was okay.
Yes, and thank you, by the way. And but the routine, I remember many people said you post
Did
like
you hire a coach for your routine or?
no, I did everything by myself. I
I
just
want to see that. No, no, I'm gonna after. I mean, as soon as we wrap this podcast up, I'm gonna scroll down your page.
okay. I can send you. I can send you.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, I can send you. It's interesting. And you say, how could this guy win? And no, I did all by myself. The owner of the gym where I used to train at the time helped me a lot mentally. It was like, he's an old man. He's 68. Now he recently closed the gym
Oh,
because of this COVID thing,
yeah.
and he was very important for me. He helped me a lot in my first competition, and even if not more, in my second to become Italian champion.
How
Uh,
many shows did you do in total?
Only two,
So,
only two
and
because
you won both.
yeah, yeah.
Imagine if
Yes,
you
yes,
won.
perfect percentage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
100%. So,
when I sometimes well I just I'm just being a little cocky and I say that I in one week I won more trophies than Buffon in one career in Champions League. So so
true story. Yeah.
that's what I said. And I did this because I realized that speaking again about the environment, the environment in this contest, I don't like it. I don't like it because I'm basically humble, and I think everyone should be everyone, not just in bodybuilding, in life.
Yeah.
And I saw too many things I didn't like. People showing up as they were the new Jay Cutler.
Yeah. I
When
can only imagine, like, what it must be like
with all this
backstage. Yeah.
yeah, with those yeah, I remember I had Bermuda, which I was like I look like a homeless. Yeah, as well. A basic shirt.
You were wearing like shorts, shirt,
Yeah,
and
yeah, and
flip-flops.
yes, and just like this. I was simple. I
Yeah.
was no one. I still am, and it was my first time. So I
And you had no expectations anyway.
yeah.
You just did it for yourself. And
Um,
why did you do it? Like, did you do it like to prove something to yourself? Like, or did you do it to overcome a fear? Or
Both.
what was your real motivation behind it?
Uh, I can say both because I did it for myself because many people told me you should compete, or better you should already have because in 2014 2015 I was stage ready, but I wasn't too confident, but mainly I just didn't care. I just wanted to be in that shape for myself, to be happy with the way I looked, not to win a trophy or show something to anyone else. And then I was talking about this man, this old man, the owner of the gym, and he convinced me
To
to
compete?
compete.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in
Yeah, that's what
2006,
they always do, don't they? Like those old
yeah,
guys, former
yeah, yeah,
competitors, pushing you. Like, I think there's one in every gym trying to
yes.
convince like the new
Like
guys.
he
Like,
was, he was. If we can talk about Rocky, because he was my Mickey, okay, and or my Apollo, when
like an
in
initiation figure.
the
Yeah,
turn in the movie.
yeah, it was
Uh,
like an initiation figure, like a teacher.
yes,
Uh,
I just needed someone
yeah,
to ignite the fire, okay,
yes, I like.
and he did it, and I burned it down.
Yeah.
And it was tough. And as I was saying, I did it for myself to overcome a fear because I was terrified because the idea of stepping into a stage in front
Half
of
naked
all
with
those
everyone looking at you and
like a
judging
gladiator.
you. Yeah.
And I was terrified, and but and I can say, if you want, I can tell you a little story. I try to
Well,
make it short. Okay, there was a huge delay that night in the beginning of the show. I think 90 minutes more or less, and I had to step into the stage. I should have stepped to the stage at maybe 11 p.m., 11:30,
so
and
late. Yeah.
yeah, it was late.
And then it
But
became even later because
even
of the
later,
delay. Yeah.
and not over. When I stepped onto the stage with my I exactly remember the moment with my right foot with my right foot, sorry. Uh, Everything went dark, lights off. Can you believe it?
Sorry, I mean, I didn't mean to laugh, but it's hilarious.
Can you believe it? Okay, no.
And
I
you're
said
ready, you know that's oh my God.
yeah. I said what I said what I surely can't repeat. I can't because I was so angry, and I want to go away. I wanted to go away. I don't know. You're kidding me. Why? I had an argument with the president of the federation because of that, and yeah, and I just I freaked out. Basically, I freaked out, and my friends, we were a group of 7, 8 people, and including the owner of the gym, and there were two of my best friends. Came just close to the stage where I was and tried to calm down. And
Yeah.
yeah, they
That's
used to call me
understandable though, because everyone would lose.
they used to call me the white boar. Okay, and so I remember that where a friend of mine told me, okay, the wild boar is gone. We have to take it back, and so I just tried to well, basically I laid on a bed with my legs up and music. Of course, not music, not calming music. We can say, but heavy metal, of course.
Yeah, that's what
So
I would have done, I guess. But yeah.
yeah, heavy metal. I don't remember. Maybe something about Manowar or Nacoil or Guano Apes,
Yeah, perfect
basic
music.
music,
Uh, and
something
I mean, how long did you have to wait till they finished?
more than an hour.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, more than an hour. I
So
was
it was
exhausted.
already like 1 a.m. when you stepped on
Yes,
stage.
yes.
That's
And
crazy.
it was a bit sad because many people went away. So
Yeah, I mean, of course, especially I guess families with like children or yeah.
yes. Then a friend of mine had another competition the next day, so he had to go away, and well, then after all this odyssey, we can say,
Yeah.
I stepped on the stage, and well, the first time is always the first time, and I never forget this. And I posted the story you saw, and I have to confess, I was nearly to cry because it was emotional. Um, and then after the first post down, then the routine, then the overall. So another time on the stage, I got home at 3 a.m. I think,
Wow.
and I
Oh,
was over exhausted. I was dead.
Yeah.
And I remember I ate everything I could eat, everything. I was starving,
Of course
literally.
you were. You were literally
And
starving, yeah.
fun fact, this was supposed to be the first and the last
Oh,
competition. One shot, 1 kill. That's
done.
it. I said, okay, I won. I'm okay with this. I overcame my fear. I proved to myself that I can do it. I proved to the naysayers there was there were a lot, believe me, a lot, that I can do it. So basically, I'm okay. But then I think, but that's not the way a champion should think.
You
A
should be
friend of
hungry
mine,
for more,
yeah,
yeah,
always, always,
like a wolf.
always,
Yeah.
and big, always.
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me, look, next week Italian Championship, and
You got this. It's yours.
what? Sorry.
No, he said like you got this. It's yours. Like you can
Yes,
just go
yes.
there.
Told me, he was right,
It was.
and I and the president told me, come to Fuji, but learn how to pose. Yes, as well. And
Yeah.
I did. I practiced a lot, and
In
I
in
have to say, I
one
can do.
week, how long was it?
1 week. In that week, I think I practiced 2 or 3 hours a day.
Yeah, of course.
Because it was unexpected.
Yeah.
I decided this on Monday, and the competition one was on Saturday night in Fuji. 800 kilometers, 8 hours of trip. And I remember I didn't sleep for 3 days in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
And
did you keep the same routine for the
yes,
yeah,
yes, and
with just better posing but the same routine?
yeah, just mm, um, it was brief, thank God, because there were many athletes, so it was brief, but it was quick. And I have to say it's good because I didn't feel too good because I had a kind of breakdown before
Mm.
stepping into the stage
Yeah.
onto the stage. Again, I think dehydration is the main reason for that. But we were I don't know how many, but maybe 200 people just stuck like animals.
Yeah.
There was no room. I swear. You can imagine the stink. Uh, it was
Yeah.
wow.
Disgusting.
Yeah, like animals, like animals.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, on top of all the stress and the hunger, I
I
mean
was
the
yeah.
physical
I
hunger.
remember. I remember. It was 4:30 p.m. And I still was at the hotel, and I was laying on the bed.
And you were
Uh,
sorry, you went away for a sec
no, I was laying
on a
on
bed.
the bed in the hotel room, and 1 hour and a half before the competition, before the competition started, I was like a mummy, like an Egyptian mummy. So
Yeah.
my friend told me, "Fra, let's go." And no, 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 like this. No, I don't want. Let me stay. Let me stay. And again, I had to work a lot on my mind because I was tired. It was tough. And I went to the theater because the contest was on a theater. and it was freezing cold, 13 degrees. You can believe it, in June,
My
Middle
God.
Italy, 13 degrees. I was dressed exactly like I was dressed in Albania. I'm not romantic, no, and I'm Italian, and and
I think it becomes, like when because you attach something emotional to a specific object, it becomes
always, always,
something more. Yeah, I
always.
guess it's normal. Like when you,
Yeah, I'm very emotional. I have I connect emotion almost to everything I do.
so
Uh,
yeah, even
every single little thing, even in my workouts, is connected to an emotion.
yeah,
And I remember that there was a pretty high ladder to climb to go to the stage. It was I don't remember, maybe 50 steps, and I had adamantium in my legs. I couldn't flex my legs,
yeah.
and this poor old man almost carry me on.
My God.
And when I was just about stepping on the stage, again, I transformed. I become a tiger. He said, I left you like you were, how can I say, a poor child. I looked like a poor child. I was scary, like the Gollum in,
Yeah.
and then you turn into a beast. And he told me you had the eye tiger. These words. And I thought, why did you do that? I mean, why so scared and then these fears? I think that I give my best under pressure.
Mm.
When I have my back against the wall, I give my best, and I think that this is the moment you really realize who you really are,
Yeah.
and you show the world who you really are, because it's easy to.
Yeah. I love this. I think we should start to wrap this up because it's been 1 hour already. But I mean, no, I think I couldn't agree more. And I really love how you put it. And so when you're in those situations of highest pressure, and it's like either you surround, like yeah, either you surround or you win,
Yeah,
and that's when
all
you
or nothing.
understand who you all or nothing. Yeah, that's when you understand who you are, and when you maybe yeah you become aware of who you are and you take control of your life. And no, that's just an amazing experience. That's awesome. Thanks a lot for sharing. I would love to do another episode with you to keep
I
talking
I
about
love
this.
that. It would be my pleasure and an honor, as I said.
And so your federation is an MBBUI, you said?
NBBUI, yes, yes. But
And yeah.
I'm planning to compete maybe in another federation, maybe WABA, if you know,
Okay.
WABBI. Um, and but I still don't know because I was thinking about powerlifting too
Yeah.
because
Yeah, because we didn't mention this, but when we were still off camera, we were talking about we were chatting about this, and you were saying that one thing that you so it's not that you don't like, but one thing that doesn't quite make you complete in the bodybuilding world is the lack of performance. So
yes,
there's an aesthetic performance, but there's no it doesn't reflect the same satisfaction
exactly.
of the performance, like winning because you've lifted more than
It's
anyone else. Or,
it's like I like the I like the heat of competition.
yeah.
Okay, and bodybuilding competition can't give you this. It's like a boxing match.
It's
Okay.
more, I would say it's more like a battle within yourself. It's
Yes.
more about like a mental struggle to bring your
Exactly.
best, but it's not really, there's no real battle with your
Uh, no, you have
opposers.
no really you have no real opponents.
No,
Uh,
there's no like there's no battle
I
between you and
mean,
your opponent.
you
It's like
can't. It's not. It's just a comparison, basically.
it's a show, and
It's a show.
everyone
Yeah.
just brings their best, and everyone is being judged.
Maybe the only difference you can make a difference if you are a good poser. We
Yeah,
and but if you have the best physique, you win, and
yeah.
no
Yeah,
more
and
other to say, no
especially
more
in
other to do.
small. I mean, let's be honest. Like, because in the US they do a lot of shows, and it would probably be harder even to grow in the industry. But in Europe, like
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
here
Even
in
more
the
in
UK
Italy.
is the same. Like we don't have many shows. It's not like it's not an
Yes.
industry as
No.
it is in the US. And so yeah, at the end of the day, just who brings the best physique
Yes. Yes.
wins
There's
99% of the
there's
time.
no the level is not even too high in Europe and in Italy. So you can it's maybe it's easier, but it's strange because we have really no culture for this.
Yeah, and I
Uh,
want to do another episode with you on this topic, on the all the misconceptions surrounding the bodybuilding industry, and like all
what
muscle, no
episode you want?
brain.
I'm
Yeah.
always there.
Yeah, no, let's do it because that's so much. So we've just started scratching the surface, and we just mentioned the importance of the spiritual component and the mindset and meditation and visualization techniques and
Yeah,
how you
I
discover
could say
who you are.
much more, but
But yeah,
time is
no, exactly. That's just that was just for starters. But we need to do one. On how this all translates into being misunderstood by the society, because
yes,
average people don't they don't understand these nuances
at
that you
all.
have in
At
the
all.
sport, and they only think that you want to show off, that you want to, I don't know, that you take some sort of pleasure from being extremely muscular and extremely lean, and from
Yeah.
stinking and from sharing like a small room with
Yeah.
thousands of other people, and from starving. I mean, I guess maybe if people started, to really think about like, all of these, maybe they would realize that there must be something more, because how dumb, must one be to take pleasure in,
Yes,
in uh,
it can be just this, and
combi, yeah.
people don't understand. Men, most of people
Yeah.
don't understand, but it's not even it's a battle as we can't win,
Yeah,
basically.
and maybe a lot of people who judge from the from the mainstream
But
society and culture, they have never trained, or they have never dieted. They've never, maybe they they've undergone a cut to fit in their, like, in their swimsuits to go on holiday, like a couple of weeks of diet. But and they, maybe when the season is over, they join their local gym, and
yes,
they just, yeah, and that's it.
it's a big
and
class.
uh, and they think they know, they know all, they know better, and they
Yeah,
judge. Maybe if they tried to
like
really work out
like
with a good plan. Yeah.
they're just looking for miracles, maybe sometimes.
Yeah.
but
Uh, and
doesn't
yeah,
work
but
that way.
and that's again because sometimes people don't understand that they do have a ownership of their life and that they can make those changes. Some people just think, think that things happen to them and they don't have control over what happens. And I think when this switches into your mind and you start understanding that you actually do have control,
Yes.
that's when everything changes, and maybe these
Uh,
people would change their
I think
mind.
we have to be more how can I say responsible.
Yeah,
I'm trying to explain. Um, one people look at himself in the mirror. One person look at himself in the mirror and he says, "I'm fat." Okay, but it's not my fault. It's just a metabolism.
slow metabolism. Yeah,
Exactly. No, it is your fault. You eat too much.
yeah,
You don't do anything. You just sit on your couch watching TV. Do something.
yeah.
We have to be more responsible
And
in
more
this.
proactive because sometimes we just complain and we don't take actions.
Complaining is the most stupid thing one can do.
Yeah,
It's useless. Having regrets, like looking back, all these things bring negativity
yeah,
and deprive you from energy.
yeah,
You can use to do something else more useful.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, couldn't agree more. And as a coach, that's what I do sometimes with my clients because I try to bring, to raise awareness in them because they think they can't control most of what happens to them, but they actually can control at least half of it. And say, okay, you're fat. You said that you can't, afford a clean diet. Yes, but how many glasses of wine do you drink per week? How many coffees out like do you buy, do you drink per day? If you start breaking the cost down, you'll see that actually you can afford a clean
Yes.
diet. It's just that you're not prioritizing the right things to make that diet clean for you. You're prioritizing your own uh, temporary satisfaction, the one that you get from a glass of wine or from your morning coffee or pastry, and that's it. You don't. You said that you tried going to the gym, but you didn't succeed. You didn't achieve anything. That's because you didn't try hard enough. That's
Yeah.
because maybe you didn't want to hire a PT because you didn't want to invest money in a trainer. Maybe you didn't. I mean, there are many explanations, but
I,
there's always a way you can try harder. And
I think this
yeah,
is just making excuses.
that's just making excuses. Just sometimes people do this unintentionally. So I believe it's our goal to bring awareness, to make them aware that they can, because not everyone like some people make excuses deliberately. Some people don't
Yes.
realize, but
You have to help these people to
yeah,
stop
you have to
making
support them until
excuses.
they, yeah.
Yes, yes. Oh,
Great.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And where can people find you? So you're on Instagram and you have a
Yes, I
YouTube
am
channel.
Instagram.
Yeah.
My nickname is pretty complicated. It's Gaminidas. Should I spell it maybe?
No, I'll write everything in the show
Okay.
notes anyways.
Okay.
It's on
And
my website.
I have a YouTube channel also as Francesco Gaminara is my name, very original. It's my name. I didn't update it so often, but you can find some even funny videos. You can see I'm a bit crazy, but basically
No,
I'm
okay, you're gonna love this guy. Yeah, crazy in a right way. So last three questions that I always ask my guests. So last book you read, last meal you ate, and last body part you trained.
last book is a book about Thor.
Okay,
Thor, Thor and Mjolnir because I have
amazing. Yeah.
this is my passion. I am Norse mythology, Greek mythology, history. I love it, as you know.
You know, yeah.
and so it was very interesting, and I used to I basically read this kind of books because I love it. I want to be I like to have this knowledge. And the second question was what I ate
Last
this
meal,
last.
last meal you ate.
Okay, this is a bombshell. Uh, let me explain. Carbonara,
Okay,
but
yeah.
but
But yeah.
gluten free pasta. Bresaola, so no, yes, no cheek,
Yeah, no, no, but it's it's like
Roman
a bacon, but it's not. It's like
guanciale.
pancetta, but it's not pancetta. It's
No,
like a,
no, don't say carbonara needs bacon because
yeah,
you could get killed by a Roman.
yeah, and you don't want to put any cream on it, unlike
Uh,
yeah.
no, egg yolk, two egg
No,
yolks.
yeah, the original recipe calls for egg yolks, although some people put cream. But if you say cream, yeah, exactly. Like, how come? No, but anyway, yeah,
No,
yeah,
never. It's blasphemy.
it's
It's
blasphemy.
blasphemy.
Yeah.
And
So it's yeah, egg yolks, bresaola,
a couple of egg yolks, Parmigiano, because I
yeah,
didn't have
Parmesan
pecorino
cheese.
romano, Parmesan. I didn't have pecorino romano, but it fits my macros, I swear.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm working, but trying to make it lean.
Yeah, yeah, a
So,
clean bulk. Yeah, but that's the best yeah way.
it fits my macros, and with this, just 150 grams of chicken breast and a salad.
Perfect. Yeah.
And yeah, very basic and mainstream maybe. And the last body part I trained, nothing today, but yesterday I crushed my legs.
Yeah,
As I was saying,
and I saw it on
when
your Instagram.
you saw it, there is I think a cool video on IGTV. You can find on my profile. Go check my profile. And
And there's also, by the way, there's also a challenge going on, a dragonfly
yes, a
challenge.
challenge. We can talk about the challenge, but we can't talk about the club. You
Yeah,
know,
I didn't mention any club. It's a dragonfly challenge.
it's
Uh,
a kind of like challenge on the.
yeah.
Don't think maybe people think strange things
But
now.
it's becoming viral, by the way, because someone already told me, "Oh, I'll tag you next time I try."
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
cool. It's cool. We should we
Let's
should
get this going.
keep
Yeah, let's
on.
keep up. Yeah,
And yeah, we did this, and yeah, I think it's fun. It's a way to push each other,
yeah.
and it's fun and it's good.
Yeah,
And
you
so
know,
yesterday,
we did a lot of challenges during lockdown. We did the
yeah,
plank challenge, and my personal record was like 5 minutes. I can't remember if it
wow,
was 5 minutes 9 seconds,
it's a
or
lot.
yeah, or 6 minutes. And but the guy who won, he's actually a monster. He held it for 10 minutes straight.
I can
Yeah,
imagine.
I could, yeah, like because he explained, so we chatted, and he told me what his secret was. So basically, he would do it first thing in the morning. So he would just drink 2 glasses of water on an
This
empty
is
stomach,
cheating. This is
and just
cheating.
mental focus. Yeah, I would do it after my workout. So that's how I never.
This is cheating.
And okay, and also that wasn't my goal. Like I never
Yeah,
wanted
I know, I
to
know.
win
I,
the
I, do- I
challenge.
do I do my dragon flag after that day,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Like
you know how my leg days are.
I know.
So
Yeah.
you can imagine I was pretty
Yeah.
fried, completely fried, but I just wanted to do it because I genuinely like this,
Yeah.
and this thing with you, with many other people who
Yeah.
can challenge us maybe.
And
we
I
can
think
we
that
can
yeah, the real challenge is just getting consistent with something, and
Yes,
just something new.
yes, That's
Because
why I like.
sometimes we forgot, we forgot how important functional movements are. Like we sometimes we don't train the core because come on, there's no need to train your core when you deadlift heavy. There's no need to train your core when you squat heavy. Yes, but
Science proved that we do need.
exactly, especially in the transverse plan. Like we're not used to moving on transverse, so it's good to
You
do
do it.
entire rotation.
I saw you do it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
always do like pile-off press and wood
love it.
chops. I like stir the pot as well, and all the planks, like knee to
Wood
elbow.
chop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, those movements are, yeah, they should be included. Like you shouldn't do sit-ups, you shouldn't do too many crunches, but you definitely should be doing a lot of like rotational or anti-rotational.
I do everything maybe
Yeah,
because my abs routine is pretty much complete. I think
yeah,
plank, abs. Yeah, I do sit ups. I do leg raises. I do diamond flag
yeah,
and wood chops. When I have I still have my rack here, and sometimes I just do the square, like
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I do this kind of thing. Sometimes I like to it strengthen your core a lot,
yeah.
and it's important on squats and deadlifts to have a strong core
Strong
because
core, yeah.
you lift way more.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Okay, thank you so much for coming on,
Thank you
and
for having me.
till next time.
Next time, it will be my pleasure.